Hi everybody, this is Jen from Cookies, Cupcakes, and Cardio.com. I hope you enjoyed the little April Fool's joke that we played on you earlier. I would never leave you hanging with a backwards video. So to go with our backwards cake, we've filmed the regular version, of course. So that tutorial is here for you coming up. But if you want to see the backwards one and you missed it, it's linked in the description box below. To make this cake, I'm going to be using 3 different sizes of already prepared cakes. So here I have a 6-inch round cake. The teal one in front is a 9-inch round, and the larger one here is a 10-inch round cake. My colors of buttercream are white, purple, teal, and pink. I'm going to be using some happy birthday party candles and some wood dowels. So I have a cake board here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little dab of buttercream. Now this is going to cement the little 6-inch cake to the board itself. The 6-inch cake is sitting on a cake board because each of the cakes that you've made need to be on cake boards, because that's going to help with assisting that they keep nice and firm and they don't collapse on you during the stacking process. In order to stack, we're going to be using these wooden dowels. They're also sometimes in bamboo, and I've just sharpened the end with a knife, and I'm going to do this 4 times in this little 6-inch one. So I'm just putting it about there, and I'm pushing it into the cake all the way through down to the cake board. And I can feel that I hit it because it's nice and hard now. And then using a writer, an edible food writer, I'm just going to mark where the top is, and I'm going to pull this dowel out, and I'm going to cut to the mark, and I'm going to repeat that for here, here, and here. I have my dowels cut to size now, so I'm just going to push each of them back into the holes that I used, and then I just use another piece of dowel just to get them right down there like that. So I'm going to put all 4 of them back in here into these open spaces. And then to cover them up, I'm just going to use a little bit of buttercream and a knife or a spatula here and just cover them up. That also is going to give a little bit extra glue for the next layer to sit on top. The very most important aspect of this cake is that you have the dowels in place in the bottom layer, because that's where all the support is going to come from. Because unlike a traditional cake where it's stacked the opposite with the large at the bottom, we're putting a lot of weight onto a small cake. So I don't recommend you use a cake mix. You want to use something that's a heavier cake, like my vanilla cake recipe, which I'll link for you in the description box. So I've got the dowels in place here. Now I've got my 9-inch cake here, and I'm just going to use a cake lifter to transfer the cake on top of the smaller 6-inch one. So I've got them stacked, and now I need to put in my next set of dowels. So the overlap from my bottom cake to my top cake is about 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to use my ruler. So that's about where the edge is here. So I'm going to come in probably another 1.5 inches just to make sure that I'm not going to go through the side of the cake, because I don't want that to happen. And now I'm also just going to hope that I don't hit the dowels underneath. If you're able to keep track of where you've put them on the bottom layer, that's probably your best. And now I just had some resistance there because I'm pushing through the cardboard layer that this blue cake is on. And I'm going all the way through down to the very bottom cake board. And I'm also going to mark it like I did before, and then repeat that step 4 times again. I have my 4 dowels in place, and I've covered them up just like I did on the first cake that's hiding under here, and the buttercream's nice and fresh, so it's going to be extra tacky to press this big cake on top. So we've got the 10-inch one. Again, I'm using a cake lifter, just makes it easier, and I'm just going to place it on top, and it's as simple as that. For our final structural support, we're going to be putting in a full dowel right into the center here. So I've sharpened the tip just like I did on the other dowels, and I'm just going to press it all the way through the entire height of the cake. Each time you come to some of the cardboard, it's going to be a little bit of a resistance to get through. I'm finding right here. So you just want to keep pushing until you get it all the way down. And I just switch to another piece of dowel, and then just keep going till it goes all the way in. So I'm working on the very bottom layer of the cake, and I am going to be using my 1M tip with my purple buttercream in it, and I'm going to be piping these rosettes. So I'm just squeezing and then going around in a circle, and I'm going to repeat this the entire way around this bottom layer. I've got the purple rosettes piped all the way around. Now I'm switching to pink and I'm going to do the exact same thing, squeezing and going around in the middle there. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go up a whole nother layer with my teal and repeat the exact same thing that I'm showing you right here. So I have my number 12 tip here, and it's a round open tip, and I'm just going to, you could use any size of round open one that you want to, in between both of the layers, like so I've got here the big one and then the medium one. I'm going to pipe a ball border, and I'm also going to do the same between the medium layer and then the really small one on the bottom. So to pipe a ball border, you just squeeze your tip in, like just let it build like this, and then stop squeezing and then pull away. Squeeze and then pull away, and you just let it build, squeezing and pulling away. So the last couple steps is going to be to complete the top tier here. So what I want to do first to complete it is I'm going to cover the entire top in teal buttercream. You don't want to press too hard because you don't want to move around any of the tiers below. When I'm done and I have this nice and smooth, what I'm going to do is repeat the pattern of the purple, pink, and then teal rosettes up the side. And then I'll also put a round ball border at the very top up here. And then my cake will be ready to show you. So there you go, everybody, how to make a backwards birthday cake. So like I was saying earlier, I've put the candles in backwards. I finished off the top tier with a layer of balls, the ball border, and then I finished off with the rosettes here on the top tier as well. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. Remember to subscribe to the channel for lots of fun cakes, cookies, cupcakes, all those sorts of things. Remember to join us on all of our other social media sites as well. They're linked in the description box below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.